Welcome everybody to another day with Kenny the Colorado Gambler. We started NBA season off yesterday with a video just trying to hype it up for the NBA and college basketball season that's coming upon us. This video is actually running kind of late today. Spent all night preparing for this week's football, college football action. Big slate looking forward to, as well as NFL is becoming interesting. You had certain teams beating the Jets, beating up on teams. Atlanta beating the 49ers, a lot of upsets. So you have to really pay attention and make sure that your investments are secured by good concrete knowledge and numbers, and find out who's injured and who's not playing and why these teams are upsetting these other teams. They're not the old teams from last year. A lot of new talent. Same goes for the NBA basketball. A lot of new talent out there. The NBA draft went well for a lot of teams, solidifying their starting lineups. These kids are coming in and playing, not just making the team. For instance, you got Jordan Ivey joining Cade Cunningham in Detroit this season. Zion is back in New Orleans along. He'll be able to play with a real point guard. CJ McCollum is there with him this year. And then Brandon Ingram is always balling. I hate the Lakers got rid of him back in the day. It's been a while, but he's always balling. So excited about the NBA season. Went 1-1 yesterday. We will get into the terminology. 1-1, one against the spread. We won the money line with the Golden State Warriors against the Lakers. I didn't want to take the spread because I wasn't sure which Laker teams would show up, but I think I have an idea of what we were dealing with for the entire season. It's going to be rough, especially those nights when LeBron thinks he can take a night off, or KD, Anthony Davis, I should say, decides to take a night off and rest. It's going to be rough. So some of these losses aren't just going to be losses. They're going to be double-digit losses, ugly losses, terrible losses. So rough season, but there's a lot of other opportunities. I don't bet on them anyway or invest in them, not as of the last couple of years. This year, let's roll with it. Let's get into it. So 1-1 yesterday, just to kind of keep a tab, let you know how we're going. I don't put a lot of value in these numbers simply because I will, and I'm not afraid to admit it, I will go in if the situation warrants itself and arbitrate. I'll go in and take the other side just to save some or recoup my loss if it looks like it's going to be a loss. But a lot of times the situation, or hopefully the majority of the time, you want the situation to look like everything is going well and you do not have to worry about changing anything. Just let it ride and let the money roll. So that's where the money management aspect comes in. That's what I do. Watch the games, be there live. I keep preaching about the live. You see my YouTube page. Please go on there so that we can go live with a certain amount of subscribers. I know this isn't for everybody, but Kenny the Colorado Gambler is my YouTube page. Go on there, like, subscribe, share the video to those that are interested in what we do. I've been preaching for a year that I keep saying I'm going to switch to my other Facebook page, which is All In Empire Sportsbook, poker, and consulting. So I only have about 90 people over there, but I have over 1,000 family friends on the other page, so that's why I stay over there. But the two I'm trying to separate. So deal with me on that transition. Move over to the new page if you receive a link or inquire about it. Like the YouTube page so that we can go live during the games and I can show you exactly what to do. We can log in on the computer, say, hey, let's do this, let's change this. Just like the stock market, let's move the money over here, let's do this. We can do all of that live if we have a certain amount of subscribers. So let's move on. I don't want to keep this one as long as yesterday. 1-1, we'll be transparent. Lost the Philadelphia plus the 3.5. They lost by 7, maybe even 9 yesterday. And then the Golden State Warriors did win, which we said we didn't take the spread, so we didn't make as much on the return as we would have said that they would win by 7. We thought they would, but we just wanted to have a balance. It's all about managing. So we knew that one would win in case we lost the first one. Did exactly what we wanted to do. We balanced it out. Nobody really hurt, but the numbers are what they are, 1-1. So today, I picked 3 more, and then I throw one more in. Let's just get this situation. There's a likes. Sometimes that you like something, but you're not too sure because there's not all the information isn't there. There's a lean when you say, hey, it's early, and you're asking me early. I do that a lot of times if it's earlier in the week or if it's earlier, late night, whatever situation may be, when I don't have all of the pieces, because sometimes the injury reports do not come out until the following day, like 1 in the afternoon, depending on where you are. I was going to say Eastern time. But depending on where you are, so it's hard to get those. You got to know about the bench. You have to know playing time. You have to know a lot of general information along with the numbers and along with a lot of other information while making these decisions. If you want to be serious about it, if you're having fun, you just like betting your favorite team, no big deal. But that's what we have to deal with when we're really giving out valuable information and trying to profit from doing this. Having fun, hey, it doesn't matter. There's a couple of sites that we deal with for just those numbers as well. Kind of see what works best. So on this, just sharing information. Don't take it to heart. Don't hold me against anything. I'm just throwing out numbers to have fun this NBA season, NBA and college basketball. So my 3 for today: Brooklyn Nets -2.5. We won't go into depth about why and when, but we do have injury reports. We do know about all of the changes. We're going to see how Ben Simmons fits in this year. We're not sure. As far as on the other end, I already mentioned Zion, McCollum, Ingram. We're going with Brooklyn. Denver -7 against Utah. Utah kind of dismantled their stars of the team. The core, Rudy is going to where did he go? He went to Minnesota, which has a nice squad now, by the way. He's in Minnesota with Big Anthony Edwards and that squad there. But anyway, so Denver versus Utah. And you know Denver's looking good. Michael Porter's back from his back injuries. I'm going to tell you someone that's very underrated. Well, not very underrated, but people sleep on him if you forget about what he did in the playoffs before he was injured. Jamal Murray is back. He's a beast. I think he scored like 56 or 60-something points one game in the playoffs for Denver. So he's back. Michael Porter went to see you. Can't wait to see him ball. He's going to be a killer, tall shooter. I can't call him a KD because he's not that nice, but he's tall, maybe 6'10", something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but he's a tall shooter. Plays great defense when he's healthy. And then the last pick, as I mentioned a little earlier, is Minnesota. Their squad is nice. Minnesota Timberwolves should blow away OKC tonight. Minnesota squad: D. Russ, Anthony Edwards, Jay McDaniels, and then Carl Anthony. And they added Rudy Gobert. So I think that he don't get me wrong, he is not all that great. He was not all that great in Utah. To me, he was kind of a whiner, but he has some big dog. He got big cat around him. They're gonna be nice. He's a key intricate part. So watch out for them this year. And then their bench is looking pretty nice as well. So those are our 3 for today. Brooklyn -2.5, Denver -7, Minnesota -10. I know I took all favorites today. If I had to take an underdog, this one's not going on the record. Knock knock, we gonna hold that one again. But my 4th one, if just to take an underdog, it would be the Dallas Mavericks against Phoenix. I know my man CP, that's the fan from Anderson. Oh no, he ain't from Anderson, but he's just family. He has people in the South. But him, Booker, DeAndre Ayton, they look good last year, but I think they're kind of teams are a lot younger and kind of adapting to their style. Plus, when you play a team in the playoffs over and over, year after year, you start figuring each other out. So I want to see what Luka's going to be able to do. I heard he's coming back on a mission this year. Dinwiddie and Finney Smith, and then they added McGee, JaVale McGee from he used to be with Phoenix actually. Before that, he was in Denver at one time. So that's what we're rolling with. Dallas will be my 4th, just kind of underdog. I'll always throw an underdog. Let's just call it the underdog pick daily and see how bad that record becomes because they are supposed to lose. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe. If you are in a state where you have legal books or you are interested in what we call a proxy service. I almost forgot the name, but it's a proxy service. We are able to point you in a direction where you can invest online with some of our websites and applications that are available through our services. So, if something you're interested in, please join us. If you're having fun with basketball, you know a lot about basketball. I know a lot of cats do. Share it with me. If it's just the information, you don't have to invest. Just tell me what you think, what you like, and we'll try to find time to chop it up and see, have some fun this NBA season. So, like, subscribe, Kenny Colorado Gamblers, the YouTube page, and we appreciate you. Get at me, and let's get it.